So you do that, figure that out.
And then you go straight up the center, and you'll whatever that answer equals out to, you go straight up the center, and that becomes your apex point.
Off the center, not 1 inch off the center. Off the center.
Well, you need the center first.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then once we get the center, then we have to go over the 1 inch, right?
Over 1 inch.
And then the rest
Perpendicular to the base.
Yeah, and then the rest of it's on center after that.
Then away you go.
Yeah. And then see at the bottom it says it's a 7/12 slope.
Yeah.
So if you take 7 divided by 12,
Yeah.
30
and then second function tan, and it'll give you.
But mine doesn't do it that way though.
Oh, then you probably got to do.
Tan something. I have to go. I can't. There's no second function.
Oh, you know what? Try go 10 7 divided by 12.
Tan 7 divided by 12. I got 0.01.
Okay, no. So let's try second function
But
10.
if I go 7 divided by 12 equals 0.58, and then tan of the answer, I still get 0.0101.
Yeah. So here you got the same as mine. You got one of these.
No, I got one of these ones that I got from the school.
That's the best one right there. The Texas, this one. It's so
stop
good.
it. So
It is.
with the Texas Instrument with mine, I have to go.
It's not that much. It's like, 10, 12 bucks.
Yeah, I got.
Yeah, but I bought this last year from the school. That's with 12 bucks.
Try going second function tan. Punch in second function tan, or shift tan, or tan to -1.
Yeah.
And then you should get that, and then it'll bracket for you, and then go 7 divided by 12. And it should look something like that. Wait, where is it?
Yeah, I got 6.82.
Oh, really? See, if I do that, I get 30.25 degrees.
Yeah, 30 1/4.
Yeah.
So let me try it this way. 7 divided by 12. Second function. 30.25.
There you go. That's how you got
There
to do
you
it.
go.
So that's off the 2-inch point.
Yes. Yeah. So 1 inch to the right of center
Yeah.
is.
And then I go 30.25, 30 1/4 each way. That's my angle that I'm using, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I still have to be 4 inches past. SMACNA rules is still 4 inches past the.
For the plate. Yeah.
We're not worried about that right now.
I'm not. Yeah. I don't really care so much about the plates.
Then divide it, number it.
Yeah. Do your half plan off the base. Do divide and number it.
Get your apex.
Yeah. Then start swinging. And when you swing from the apex, you have to swing right from your baseline. You can't swing from, say, the first point.
Yeah.
You got to come right from here.
From the bottom of the 7-inch line.
Yes, because the rule is it's always apex to base, not apex to bottom of your fitting.
Yeah.
Apex to base, apex to base, apex to base.
And for that one, you'll probably have to add an extra line to go through that point.
Yeah. So so this point right here isn't going to line up nice on those foreshortened radial lines. So you're like, well, oh man, how do I find that? Draw another one down. Who cares? Fire another line down through the peak.
Through your new center.
Yep. And where it hits the baseline, from there, go 90 degrees off the baseline straight down into your half plan, so that when you got your stretch out, you can find that point from your plan.
We're gonna have to do all that in the next one, so you'll see.
All right.
Which one's the next one?
That's the hardest one. I'd say if you want to do one, do that one.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay,
What,
so
drawing number 11?
number
Yeah.
11.
It's a weird one.
It
It's
certainly
for
is. So
like, it'd be like on siding or something, I would imagine.
Yeah. So it's got an 8-inch base. If I can draw this in such a way that I can keep it all on the paper.
Okay, yeah, but how close are you going to the edge and how close to the bottom? Because like you could be
Yeah,
off.
lots of room.
Put it this way, I need to have 4 inches. If I'm going to do a half plan off the bottom, I need at least 4 inches for that half plan because it's 8-inch round. So if I
Yeah, just
4
all the way
inches-
to the right and just like basically just up enough and you'll have enough room.
3/4 of an inch up from the bottom is what I did.
Yeah, you should be fine.
I'm gonna have to do. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna do this in marker, I guess. 'Cause I don't know if you can see that.
Oh,
Does your table angle?
Yeah, but if I angle it, it gets really stinking high and it makes. Hold on, let me try and angle it.
Just a little bit. Down. This guy was fucking drafting fucking table at home.
yeah, he probably stole it from the school.
Yeah, he did. I mean, my table's fucking got glass. It's glass, so I had to fucking put like a piece of cardboard on it just so I wouldn't fucking slide all over the place with my
Yeah,
points.
yeah. This one, like I mean, I found this one online on Kijiji in Cambridge for I paid $250. This thing was probably brand new in the day. It was probably well over a G-bone.
Shit.
Nice.
So there's our. What? I measure that now. We got 8 inches.
8.
Yeah.
8. So while I'm there, I'm gonna do my 4-inch, find my middle,
Yeah.
and then
Vertical height of 7 inches.
7.
7 inches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what? Base 7 inches.
I'll just go nice and light, like 7 inches.
We're only going up 7?
That's what the
Yeah.
vertical height.
That's where it ends.
Yeah.
And it's a 3-inch round on top.
So I could use the formula if it was just a simple. If you were given the picture, you didn't have to draw it, and they would say, okay, what's the apex height? But
I got 11 points.
This much already, I could just do a nice light line there and find my 3 inches.
I got 11.2 as the apex.
11.2.
11 and 3/16 it should be.
There.
That was the vertical height, large diameter.
Times vertical height.
7 times 8.
Divided by 5.
11.2. Okay.
So that should be 11 and 3/16.
So is that 11.2 from the base to the apex then?
Correct.
No, so I'll measure it.
11.25 from the base?
11 and 3/16.
I got
What?
11.25-ish.
Yeah, so that's your pencil.
There you
What
go.
is it, 11.25-ish?
11.25, 11 3/16. And the seam is over here.
Okay, so this is how you started off then.
And so 3 inches in from the base. There. And then
3 inches up.
is it 3?
Well, it looks like 3 inches over and 3 inches up to the, right?
1.5 inches, isn't it?
Let's hope.
No, because he's got the line over and a line up
Okay. So it's
for
three,
the 3 inches.
3 over, 3 up.
Yep.
And then that is where we're going to find our 45.
No, then you go up another 1.5. That's where the 45 is.
Well, we're 3 inches from
Oh,
Here,
where he,
Yeah,
from here
and
to
then-
here.
3 up.
3 up.
That's your 2 inch over, and then another inch and a half
Oh,
up.
I didn't see. Well, see the arrow. See the arrow above
Yeah.
the 3.
Yeah.
And then you see 1.5, and then there's an arrow up above the 1.5 coming back down because there's no room to put those arrows inside those dimension lines with the 1.5 in there.
So it's 1.5 inches up then still.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like 4.5 straight up there. The 3 inch is just a 2 inch over to the left.
So yeah, so just 2 inches of flat.
Yeah, that'd be like, I see this as sitting on siding, so that would sit on the rib.
Damn.
It could be. So if I go over 3 and up 3, that's probably where I would put my 45 degrees from.
I disagree.
Oh, how did you get?
It's 2.5,
inches.
is it not?
Well,
Now it's showing 3 up though.
And 3 over.
and
Well,
3 over.
Well, here's what. The 3 over is right there.
Yeah.
And then there's an arrow right there.
There that
There's
goes
also
up
the
3.
other arrow, which tells us this vertical piece
Is
is inch
down
and a
an
half.
inch
We
and a
don't
half.
have a dimension to give us up to this point.
Yeah, you just go 45 once you get that inch and a half.
But an inch and a half from where?
From 4.5 or 5 up.
How do you get 5?
4.5. 4.5, sorry. 3 plus 1.5.
Okay. All right, I believe you.
Right?
I should.
Yeah, that's what I did. I did it.
Okay. 4.5 is right there. So then I'll come from there. I'll find my 45. And I'm just going to do this. I'm going to cheat.
Yeah. Then we use our triangle at that point.
Yeah, you can use a triangle to get there. And there's 45 degrees right there. Or you could use your wing dividers.
Yeah.
So it's off of that line, then comes straight up.
Here's my 1 miter. Oh, yeah. And
So straight 90 down to your inch and a half mark.
yeah, okay. So then I'm right from there to there.
Over 2
Over
to the left.
to my
Yeah.
left. And that's to measure that one because I don't have my long ruler here doesn't have the imperial. It's all that one's stupid metric.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. Do you want to cost to find these things online?
Yeah, probably a lot, eh?
Yeah, like $180. That's
Yeah, it's
probably
pretty-
US or something.
They're pretty
Like-
sweet.
Why are you've stayed in your apex lines to do that?
All this?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so we're 8 at the bottom, we're 3 at the top. Here's my 3.
Yeah, I got that. But I'm trying to get those lines right now.
These ones.
Because when I went over 3 from the bottom,
Yeah.
right? And then I went straight up 4.5, I'm out of my apex, out of that triangle.
Wow.
Yeah, you made a mistake then somewhere.
Are you 7.5 from the base, like say from the 8-inch flat to the 3-inch flat?
Yeah. 7.5?
Nope, 7 inches.
Yeah.
And then if you go from where your baseline starts to where your 3-inch at the top of that vertical height starts, and you run a line out into space, you do the same thing to the other side, and where those intersect.
11.25.
Right. So then we lower 3 inches. And I'm not convinced that it's 4.5, but we'll go with that. It really doesn't matter.
Oh, sorry, I just went in the middle of my 3.5. That's why I'm outside my line. I should have went up from my 3-inch line up 4.5.
So and I've always said, like, some of his drawings, if it says 30 degrees on one there, don't expect that he took his protractor.
Yeah.
And actually went and go, well, I'll make sure these are right on the money accurate. So I'm going to put that on there. And nope, that's like 22 degrees. So it's wrong. It's not 30. But when I look at the bottom one, I can see where we're 3 inches this far in. And to me, like this vertical piece looks like it's 3 inches. So where we come up off the baseline, I want to say it's only about 1.5 inches because this other angle looks like a 30-60. But now, if I go like this,
Yeah, like that.
then
That's the problem I have with these drawings. Like
there's not enough information.
well, there is. It's just how you interpret it. It's like, see, I see that as 3 up to the 2-inch line, and then 1.5 inches up to the 45 degree.
Yeah, and I see it 3 inches
Just like
over,
you've drawn.
and then that little arrow that's just above the 3 inches, you'll see there's a little dimension line right there. And then because 1.5 takes up all the space in between those two dimension lines, the other, like if you're drafting, then you would put the arrows on the outside, indicating that right above where the 2 inch is, that space from that one point to the point directly above it is 1.5 inches. So it almost looks like it's 1.5 inches from there, back to the base.
Hmm.
But I mean, it doesn't really matter. I don't think it's a whole crazy
Yeah.
business. Like you can make
It's
it up
just a
whatever you
matter.
want.
Yeah, just trying to find that. As long as you understand what you're finding out there.
Right. So if there was something like this, like on a test or something like that, then I would tell you, yeah, we're 3 inches over, and then we're 1.5 inches here, and put an arrow there and an arrow there. Then it'd be like 3 over 1.5 inches up. There's the one parallel line to the base, and then from that 3 inches, I go up another 1.5 inches, and then bibbity blop schlop all across the table.
Yeah, like if it was an actual, you got that drawing, you could call the guy and say, hey,
Yeah,
what do you mean here?
exactly. Oh yeah, exactly. And you're going to ask the guy. It's like, what do you want here? I don't make
not
it easy
clear.
for me.
What about that? After you did that 45, you only went down 1.5 inches though, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then over 2, and then.
Just to the base.
Yeah, and then right back to the corner here.
But what did you use as that as an angle? Nothing.
You just
No,
connect.
it is what it is.
Oh, so I
The-
shouldn't it
The
be?
drawing has it at the bottom.
If you really wanted to know, it's 45 degrees.
Okay, but I'm just saying, so that it's not something that we need to know.
If you were to get something like this on, like say on Thursday, I would tell you exactly how far this is right here. I'd give you that information. You're given this much to find this edge,
Yeah.
and you're given a dimension to go for this vertical piece, but it doesn't really tell you. I don't see it anyway, where this line is, if it's up at 3 inches, or it doesn't look so steep. It looks more like it's down around the 3 inch. Or I'll give you this dimension from here, from there to there. So I would give you this dimension from that point to that point.
Yeah.
But we don't have it. So now what's the next thing we got to do?
Stretch out.
We have to do divide
yeah.
a number.
Plant. Yeah, get your base to apexes.
Your base
So
to
you divide the
apexes.
number and then take her up to the baseline, then from baseline to the apex, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys have your half plan on there.
Yeah, I got mine.
Yeah, so you got to come right straight up to the baseline, 9 degrees to the baseline with your those have got to come straight up to the baseline first. And then from there, they're going to go up to the apex. Oh man, I hate this. The paper's, well, it's either the paper or the ruler is really smooth. So when you get putting any kind of pressure on there, it slips.
Did that table come with that square already on there too, or?
Yeah, everything was all here.
Shit.
So to get it into the house, I had to take the top off, and the top is 40 inches one way, and it's close to 5 feet horizontal. Big counterweight, big steel stand and treadle on there to release the brake on. So this thing will stand right up and go bloody well through my ceiling. So this is my office in my basement. This is the only place in my office that this thing will fit.
Shit.
You missed a line.
Where?
The last one on the left.
This one?
Yeah.
That's there.
To the base.
Well, yeah, because
Or to the apex.
you got talking about stuff.
Yeah.
There you go.
There. So here's our seam. So I'm going to start 1 at my seam, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and back to 1.
All
Then
right.
there's this whole slew of math. You may find that my page that has all that information on it, all those formulas, because we've got the slant length times 180 divided by large diameter is going to give us that angle that we're going to come off from the apex to that, which is going to tell us when to stop on our swinging our stretch out arc. But to find the slant length, and just to go, yeah, it is about 12 and a 32nd or something. I did that the other day. It doesn't work. It ended up being out. So after you do your step out across your stretch out, I ended up being maybe like 3/4 of an inch right outside. So even 1 to 2 degrees difference in the answer can make it out 3/4 of an inch by the bottom of your stretch out. So
You need a protractor, then is what you're telling me.
well, you need a protractor, but you got to have the right numbers to go into your formula.
I changed how I'm doing it too. I asked
What?
Craig about it.
Well, which way you?
He said just peewee it and then bisect to find the middle, then
Yeah.
bisect again to find the quarters,
Yeah.
and then just use your fucking chord distance in those little areas.
and fudge it to fit.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that's how I'm doing it now.
Wow, things have changed since I went.
Yeah.
It's gotten a lot softer. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
Dan Nichols wouldn't have done that.
He would have lost his shit.
He'd have taken your drafting kit and smashed it. Okay, so then,
So the slant length is your true length on either side then?
yep. So the 2 outer radial lines, those are your true length radial lines. Everything in the middle is a foreshortened radial line. So I don't have a PB tape. Well, wait a tick. I've got the little blue thing.
Yeah, I just use that little blue thing.
Oh, you guys in your fancy doodads.
You don't have one of those?
Nope.
Yours is long though. Mine's only like 12 inches.
That's right, bud.
Come on.
So you can use either or if it's easier to peewee out the short one. It doesn't matter. You can use the short one. You can use the wider. So I'll go 3 inch times.
Oh, it's going off.
Hold on.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
He loses 3 inches times 3.1416 is 9.42. If I round it up, 5.
5 inches?
No, 9.425.
Oh, 9.425.
Then I'm going to take my little peewee thingy here, my flexible rule, and on there I'm going to find what's equals times 16, 6, 9 7/16 should be good enough.
What's that? Your slant length?
Nope, that's going to be my peewee. That's my that's the circumference for 3 inch
For the top.
Oh, for the top. Okay.
So then I go 9 7/16.
See, this is the only time I think like metric is the superior
Yeah.
measurement because there's no fractions. So you're plugging all these numbers into the formula and you're not going to get this weird difference with the fractions.
Yeah, that's like even with the other guys, like we were doing the bend allowances,
Mm-hmm.
and I said to them, like, oh, should we convert that to a fraction? I said, at this point, we're talking about thousandths of an inch or hundredths of an inch. So I said, if you're going to any kind of a shop where they're going to start bending you up like crazy stuff, it's all going to be done like with the decimal in a machine shop or something. So I wouldn't even worry about it. I'd leave it as a decimal. So then I'm going to take my
Compass.
yep, and I'm just going to go to my apex, and I'm going to swing out from my 3 inch, where I think maybe that's where I end up, and then I'm going to peewee that.
Okay, so from the apex to the 3 inch.
And doing this is only as accurate as, you know, your hands are steady and the flexible rule doesn't shift on you and. There's so many variables.
Yeah.
And right there, that is where I end.
So 9 and 7/16.
Yep.
Oh, you got a long one too.
Yeah.
What?
Amazon.
He's got a long one too.
Mine's got numbers on it too.
Yeah, those ones are pretty sweet.
What the fuck?
I need.
And it looks like I'm gonna be right off my stinking page too.
I was like a 1/4 inch I had on mine.
You're way down here.
I went down pretty much to the bottom. It's fine.
Oh, no, that won't matter.
So don't worry about the slant link, just fucking Pee-wee tape it.
Yep.
I mean, you can go right back inside to the fitting if you really wanted to, because as long as you can follow where your pattern is.
Like I could bisect way out here, and that's like, or I could bisect out on the. Well,
Yeah.
I've got the half plan and the 8-inch. If I was going to find a cord distance on the 3-inch, then I would have to do a half a plan or a full plan on the 3-inch to find that cord.
So then from the base, swing one as well.
Yeah. So you swing it once you found your Pee-wee. I Pee-weed my small diameter. And I stop there, and then I'm just going to swing from my base now, bring it all the way up to where it hits that line, which is basically right at the page.
I'm literally 3/4 of an inch off the bottom, and it's not going to hit the page.
Well, actually, I'm 4 and change up to my base, and I'm about 3/4 inch off on the top.
Oh yeah, I guess because I'm about the same.
So then take a distance greater than half,
Hold on.
because we're going to bisect or stretch out.
So I draw a line from the apex as well.
Yep.
The same line that's following the 3-inch. Right?
Say it again.
The same line that follows a 3-inch.
Yeah. So you go from there to the 3-inch, and you swing that out, and then I Pee-weed the circumference for 3 inches, and then I opened her up to the base, and then I swung it out, and where that line hit my.
Yeah, drawn on the kitchen table now.
Yeah.
Get the saw out and
Oh yeah, listen to you. Get the saw out. Like,
cut the edge off.
yeah.
They'll only hate you for a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's just get in more trouble with your wife. That's always smart.
Okay, so that's your stretch out. So it's the same as a reducer then.
And that's the first, on the one sheet where it gives you the rule 1, 2, and 3, the very top, it says, treat it just like it's a reducer. Back in the parallel line days, it's just treated as a piece of mitered pipe. It's just a piece of pipe. This is just a round reducer.
Yeah, it always is. We're just trying to figure out all these miter lines and shit. That's what the secret is.
That's the secret.
Right. So what are you doing right now? Cutting it out?
I just found.
Bisect it.
Yeah, I bisected it. So in the middle, my seam's over at 1, so the middle is going to be 7.
So what'd you do? Any distance greater than half on the 7-inch line?
Yep, from there to where your arc ends. And that's like question number 2, right behind the title page in the geometry exercises.
Over a half. You don't even fit on the page because you told me to go 4 inches up.
Yeah, I know. Oh, no, mine didn't either. You won't get penalized for that.
Yeah. Right now.
So now he bisected it
glad I'm
again.
not going to get penalized on a Sunday afternoon doing work.
There should be
There
a
you
petition. So if I bisect that again,
Hold on. Jesus Christ.
hold up. Oh, damn, it's leaning away.
But I have to just go anything greater than half anyways, right?
And then you just need the 1, and then to the apex will be the appropriate division.
Look at you with all the big words on a Sunday.
I like this little way. Because when I
Bisecting
think,
it?
huh?
Like doing like the bisecting it?
Yeah, and then like it doesn't, you're still, you're still within your limit. And then breaking it all up, that doesn't really, all that is doing for us is, telling us where it is. So like if you're a little bit off in the breakup, it's okay. You know what I mean?
Not the end of the world.
Yeah. Like as long as you have the right circumferences, it's all good.
Okay, show me what you did to break that up there.
I took I used my beam compass. I went greater than half. So I went down here to the start.
Yeah, and then just made an arc.
Yep. Arced it there. I went to the end of my stretch out and I went back and hit that one.
Yeah.
And then from that, where those intersect to the apex will be.
Yeah,
right
that's where you're going to go from where your intersection right back to the apex because everything has to come from the apex.
Well, that doesn't look right.
You should have like a fan,
Yeah,
Katana.
a turkey tail.
Yeah.
So you went from the base, swung an arc.
Yeah.
And then up to your other point.
Yeah. And then wherever those two lines intersect.
That looks better. Well, I don't know why the other one was off. Oh, probably because I switched the wing dividers.
Oh,
And
I
then,
got carpet in here, and every time I walk on the carpet, and I come over, I grab something, snap, I get nailed.
so then draw a line from apex for center. And then break those up again.
Yep.
Then bisect again.
Oh, this is
And-
like exercise number 1.
Then you can just take a cord and play with it. Should be pretty close. I even found if I did use the smaller circumference as my chords, it was a little more accurate because it was so much smaller.
Yeah.
See, like you're pretty close there, bud.
I'm about an eighth of an inch over, so
So
and that's what
I would.
And your cord should be shorter than your arc distance.
Hmm.
As long as we're working within.
Yeah, I wouldn't even worry about it.
And we can divide that equally. So if I took a little bit less than the cord, try this again.
Kitchen table now.
There's money right there.
Right there. See?
So where did you get your cord?
My cord comes from my stretch out down here at the bottom.
Yeah.
My plan, and you're just going from one number straight across to the next number.
I kind of like this way.
It's
I
you know
thought
what?
I thought you did math to figure out the chord by doing the 1 to 12 stretch out.
There is, you can do it. I mean, there's probably any number of ways. Like even like they always said, oh, for years, don't just take your circumference and divide it by 12 and then go with it because it's never going to be right unless you're like if that number ended up being 1.5 inches, that would be glorious if it hit on 1.5 inches. I've yet to see one do that. It always ends up being a decimal that you have to convert to a 16th. But they say you take your stretch out, your circumference, divide it by 12, and take it to the nearest 32nd. That makes you a little bit, closer to it. And it's not like these are parts that are going on a space shuttle or some like super finicky. The tolerances have got to be around the money. So now that I've found that, and I ended up being slightly smaller than a cord distance.
So then you just kind of bang it off around the circle.
Yeah, walk it around, and when you start walking around, if you're a little bit past where one of your bisected lines,
I was like a 16th past it.
yeah, so you
That's
could go
fine.
start
Yeah,
back to
I wouldn't even worry.
walk it back, and then shrink it up just a hair and go again. That's what I did,
Left it.
and I made it right
Yeah,
on.
But just make sure if you leave it, you start on your bisecting ones again.
Yeah.
About 3/16 shy of my first line.
Like I said, this part here is not a big, like as long as your circumference is correct, breaking it up like this just will give us that miter line. And when we form it, it'll be close enough. It won't affect you. It's just the circumference that matters here.
It'll affect Dan Nichols, but that's beside. He's not around to see it.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool if he just walked into class one day.
The hell's going on in here?
Stuff be flying. He'd be grabbing hold of desks and flipping
Just
them over
throwing them through the window.
Fuck, now she's bang on.
That's how Craig said that he does it. He just
Okay.
he just adjusts it a little bit and finds
Yeah,
it.
see, like he would never say that, oh, my way is the wrong way. Do it like this. He just lets you do it however. I mean, like we see how long it took us to do it the other day with all the math.
Yeah,
It's like, oh man, okay, well, here's our math. Well, okay, we got to try and figure out the formula.
slant length.
Slant length. Use it. And it works if you're allowed to have the protractor.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's a box in the back where he's gone through, and not even this, but like last year before, and pulled every protractor out of that box.
No matter what you do, like you're leaving it up to a small error, whether it's Pee-wee tape, whether it's a protractor, whether it's fucking
round up, round down.
Yeah.
So once you get your 12 spots in there, you want to jump inside that fitting.
Hang on, let me get my fucking lines drawn here.
You haven't got those in there yet?
No.
There's one here, and one's up there. Seven's in the middle. Jump
6
in there.
is to your right.
6 is to my right.
So this is.
Nope. The way I've done it here, 6 is to my left.
You're facing
So
7.
So I jumped in here, and then there's I unhinged it there. So when I started counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, if I were to cut this and flip that half, you know what? Watch. Where's my? I can't find it right yet. If I were to cut this out and I stood this up, then I'd be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 would be on the back side.
Yeah.
So if I jump down and look at this, 6 is on my right. What'd you say?
I said 6 is on your right.
Oh, that's what I thought you said.
But now when we go with that, are we inside the
Then all these lines are going to be on the inside of the fitting when we're done.
No, but we're on the inside, like from when we go right with the 6, are we looking at 7 on the inside of the fitting on the stretch out as well?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah, because I basically unhooked it on here, and I grabbed this side and I went flap, and I swung it like this. So now this would be the actual inside.
Yeah, and you're standing in there.
Yep, and I'm looking at right
looking
across,
at 7.
looking at 7, and this piece would have flipped up if this was round going this way. If it was formed, if we already put it together and rolled it, and my 1 to 7 is on this part of my base.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did.
Yeah. And that's probably one of the hardest things.
That's the hardest part.
to lay in any of these out, even square rounds, because it almost turns into an optical illusion when you're looking. Okay, I can see the square. I'm going to round, but all of a sudden the round pops out, and all you see is the round. It's like, oh, is that going up 4 inches up or 4 inches down? And then you got to stop and go at it again to try and figure it out.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
3, 2, and 1.
Where does it start at? 1?
Yeah. You see him. You start at 1. You start at 1. You come around. You finish at 1.
Yeah, it looks like we have 1, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Right?
4, 3, 2. Oh, you can't see that part?
No.
No.
So you basically just opened her up like a fan. Then.
Yep. And one ends up being right off my page. Put it that way.
Yeah.
Okay, move it. Okay, so after that, now what's rule number 2?
To the true length line.
Yeah, so wherever a miter line intersects with a foreshortened radial line, it has to be taken out to a true length line parallel to the base. So I'm going to use some highlighters because I like stationery.
Your wife must like that we're taking up your Sunday.
So here's one intersection. There's an intersection. There's an intersection. Here's an intersection.
So this is where the roof jack hits the foreshortened lines then?
Yeah, the miter line. Like these are all, well, this is not, but these are all considered miter lines.
Okay.
You missed 4 and 10.
4 and 10. Well, 4 and 10 is no, I mean, you could take it from there because it's only going to go straight out, no?
Yeah, I guess, yeah. Better don't trick them out though.
Yeah, we don't want to do that. So you do put a dot on 4 and 10 then?
You can take that and run it right up to your side there. Like in my, with my base, or the 8-inch end or the 3-inch end, like they're parallel to one another. So, but it has to come from a true length. So
just do it.
Yeah, you know, 4 and 10 here. Take that one and shoot that one out.
It's gonna be the same either way, but don't worry.
Which way are we
Almost
going?
like-
Right or left with it?
Like instead of just looking at it and saying, "Oh, you know what? Well, that's just one of those lines, so I ain't gonna do anything with it." But the next one or the one on either side of it, I have to. If you basically want to come up with your own steps, like your own procedure, your repetition. So you know what? I'm just going to do it anyway. Like even when I lay out change cheek, drop cheek, OG offsets, do I need to put, or just a regular OG offset? Do I need to put that center line in there if I'm using math to find my swing points? No, but I always do it anyway, and I'll continue to do it.
Okay.
It just keeps me from second guessing myself or.
Yeah, if you have to quickly geometry to check, you can.
Yeah. So once I found those points, they got to go out to a true length. So I'll just shoot these all over.
It doesn't matter which side, or
Doesn't matter.
Nope.
yeah. Wish I had a square table.
So by the time it's all said and done, you're going to be a whiz using your triangles.
Yeah.
That pink show up? Oh yeah, kind of. So then I'll take my 4 and my 10 and take it over there. The problem is if I use my my Sharpies on this paper, it goes right through and it stains my the mat on the underside.
Varsol out.
What?
Get the Varsol out.
Well, maybe it'll eat away at my.
Oh yeah, I guess.
I don't know.
We just wiped it off metal, so.
Yeah. So we still got 2 points in our elevation that we can't, that are kind of in between
Radii.
3, 4, and 11, 10. So instead of going, oh man, what do I do? What do I do?
Well, I went and did it all first, and then came back and did that.
Okay.
Good one.
But yeah, you can do it.
So I'm going to take the 1 point here, and I'm going to go apex to base with it.
That's one that's hanging out in the middle between.
Yep, there's 2 of them that are hanging out in the middle of this nowhere. So there's one. And here it goes apex to base, so you can drive right through it. And where those lines are intersected with the miter line, then you got to take that out to the true length. So there's
Ones are
nothing.
good. You're like,
And they're all, it looks like they're all on the flat. They're all in this one right here.
Yeah.
So that's going to be, we'll call it,
hold on.
X.
this one's X, and this one can be Y.
Did you take those right down to the base?
Yep.
Yes.
And then once they hit the base, 9 degrees to the base,
Circle.
you're going to take them right down out to your half plane.
So that's the one that goes 4.5 inches up and then the 1.5 inches up as well.
Yeah. So it's the flat spot halfway up your fitting. And then just put those marks. There's my X. I'm at the bottom, and here's my Y. So now I need to find those points.
I'm lost.
Okay, wait. I need to change colors.
This is the hardest part.
So
So I got it off of the 45. There's another point there, isn't there? There's 2 beside the 45.
it's here is
That one.
there's my 1 I had to add,
Oh, okay, that one's sitting out there by itself.
right? And then the other side is there's the other one. So I'm gonna put up run another radial line down through it to the base. Then once I've contacted the base, I'm going to take it straight down out to my stretch out, or sorry, out to my half plan, my plan view.
Straight down there.
Yep, and there it is. There's my points right there. Straight down. Boom. So I made that one X, made that one Y. Now we need to find these 2 points out here on the stretch out somewhere.
Which one's X?
You pick. It's up to you.
Well, I'm following along. So
Okay, so my first one I come to, this I made this one X,
Okay.
and the other one Y.
So take 4 short lines, set your length. And then what? Add points that are
Oh, yep, out on your stretch out. So if you look at X is closer to 3 than it is to 4. So from the 3, I'm going to take a chord distance to X. And I'm going to find 3 on my stretch out, closer to 3 than it is to 4. And I'm going to go like that.
off of 3.
Yep. And that's going to be X. And then while I'm there, I'm going to take
X to the apex.
X, yep.
You went from 3 back to 4 on your stretch out though.
Fuck, it's already noon.
Well, if you look here, it's closer to 3.
Yeah, no. I got the core for that, but I mean on your stretch out.
Yep. My X is closer to 3.
You went from 3 back towards 4.
Right. Because X falls in between 3 and 4, but it's closer to 3 than it is 4.
Okay.
5 then, right?
Yeah, I just do it from off my plan view here. So then I got between 4 and 5 is Y. Y is way closer to 5 than it is to 4. So then I'm going to do the chord on that one. 5 is right there. I'm closer to 5 than I am to 4. So I go, put my mark there. That is Y.
And this is an easy one?
No, this would be one of the more difficult ones you'd ever get.
Why? Because the other ones don't have.
Yeah, the other ones, everyone's coming off of the center, like drawing 9.
Yeah.
Right off the center. It doesn't get any easier than that. And then 10, your center is not where your peak is, so that makes it a little bit not harder, but a little more thinking. And then when you get to number 11, it's like, oh my goodness, there's a vertical there and there's another flat spot, some whacked out angle. So that's like, that just basically encompasses everything. So 8, 9, and 10 are all joined together to create 11 essentially.
Okay.
So you can draw 11, anything before those, you should have zero problems pumping them out.
Yeah, sure thing, Craig.
And now we got, we found them on this side, but now on the other side of our circle, Y is closer to 9 than it is to 10. So if I go to my Y, well, it'd be the same distance. We wouldn't have to change your ring dividers. You'd go find 9 and go and swing towards 10. So I'm going like that.
And that's why.
Yep.
And same with X.
Yep.
3 and 11.
Yeah, so it's closer to 11 than it is 10. Closer to 11 than it is to the 10.
That's X. Is this one almost done? Holy shit.
Yep, we only have one more step to do.
Oh yeah, only one.
Now that we've got,
Now we got to start again because we made a mistake.
where? So you see where we've taken our where the miter line intersects with the radial line, we've taken out to a true length.
Yep.
what I would personally do is number those points, so you're not trying to find out where they came from and then get mixed up and confused as to where. So starting at the bottom going up, our first intersection is at 2 and 12. So I follow that line out to the true length. And over here, I'm going to put 2, 12.
The next one's 3 and 11.
Yep. So I'm going to go out, go 3 and 11.
And then the next one's 4,
Yep,
10.
X is there. X is the same as 10, 4, and Y. And then I go up to my next one is, what is it?
5 and 9.
5 and 9. Did we?
And then 6 and 8.
5 and 9. And 6 and 8. And that one is, I'll just put 7 on there anyway. Do we miss any in there? Is there one that between Y and 5 and 9? Is there another corner there?
That's what I thought too.
Okay, so then we got to take that out too. We got to run that down.
Next one's
It'll get sometimes it gets busy.
You think? Oh, fuck.
why? That you're talking below 5 and 9 and Y and X.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Corner doesn't hit that
no. So we have to go back to the apex
and do another one.
and bring another one down.
Son of a gun.
What are we gonna call that one?
Zed.
Uncle, that's what you're gonna call that one. This is crazy. Ay, ay, ay.
And Z's closer to Y than it is
Stressing me out.
5.
Right?
What are we calling that one?
Zed.
Zed?
Zed. Zed's dead, baby.
Oh, Zed.
So there's my
Okay.
Zed there. Closer to 9 than it is to 10. There's my Zed there.
Oh.
Zed. Zed.
It's between 9 and Y, right?
It's between 9, 9 and Y. Closer to the 9 than it is the Y.
So swing it off the 9 is what you're saying.
Yeah.
And then off the 5. I need a better compass when we get back to school.
Which one was that one?
Shit. And take that one out to
True length.
true length and the apex. Where do you take it out to true length? Oh, up there. Never
This
mind.
is, yeah, right out.
Dumb question. All right.
All right, there's too many lines.
No,
I've lost track of all the lines.
so add points that hit foreshortened line. Take to base.
Add lines that don't intersect with anything.
To base. And
Now we go up to the top. You take your big beam compass and we start plotting our points out there. So from the apex.
from the hole in my table, yeah.
What's that?
So from the hole in my table.
Yeah, from the hole in your table. I'm gonna start. Let's start at the top and work our way down. My first line is 7. Right?
Oh, where? Oh, on the stretch out, yeah.
Yeah. So I find 7. I put a tick on there. I've seen some people do it. I've seen it like online. I've seen it in books where they'll go 7 and they just go whap. They go clear across the entire thing. And
Why?
you know what? I don't know why. I think I saw one guy do it, and once he had all his radial lines down, and he had all these lines out here, he literally started at 1 and then just went up, over, up, over, up, over, up, over, and then down, across, down, across. I don't agree with that. I like to find 7, and I'm going to put 7 on 7.
So 7's right on the stretch out line then.
Exactly. Line for line, number for number. So our next two is what?
6 and 8.
So let's go find 8, and there's 6.
What? Oh, at the top.
Yep.
Off the true length.
Yep. Yep. Because we took those points and we brought them parallel to the base, right up to the true length line. What's our next one?
5 and 9.
Here's 9. And there's 5. Now we're coming up to find out where our
X, 4, 10, and Y are.
X. Oh, that's my Z. Z's our next one.
Oh shit, I missed Z.
There's Z right there.
So if you don't number this, you're screwed.
Exactly. That's why you got to draw a plan and elevation. Divided number, both views. Stretch out, number that.
Yeah, you just gave me 3 steps. I got about 12 written down on my page right now.
Well, there's only 3 major ones, but if you have 12 steps written down and that helps you to draw these things without 0 mistakes, then you've got 12 steps.
Here's hoping.
You're still hoping. So what's our next point?
3 and 11.
Nope, X, 10, 4, and Y.
Oh, I just did those.
Okay, sorry. X, 10, there's Y, X, Y, and 4. Now 3 and 11. There's my 11. There's my 3. 2 and 12.
7's the same as 1, isn't it? Yeah.
Nope, 7's opposite, but see where 7's way at the top here.
What?
From the top,
7 is higher than 1. 1's like basically right at
right
the.
at the bottom corner, and 7 is way up in the neck. So I found my 2 and 12, and oh, sorry, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you see what I mean down at the bottom there.
Yeah. 1 is basically way over here at our seam, and that's where our lowest point. So after we get those, then you're just going to want to take either one of those skinny ruler thingies, those rubbers, French curves, whatever you choose. And then it's going to go, there's 2, there's 3.
So you start from the corner down there at 1.
Yep. And there it is, the bat symbol. So if I can find my knife, I'll trim that out.
Oh,
Oh yeah, it's arts and crafts.
Oh, yay.
Oh,
yeah, I can't trim mine out.
why, you gonna wreck your table?
Yeah.
I'm gonna add a little bit on here for a seam.
So I'm gonna my steps here. I got you put your base in your top, right? Find your apex.
Yep.
Draw in your miter angles. Divide and number your plane view. Stretch out pi d. Bisect the stretch out. Divide and number the stretch. Oh, I guess I missed a step there, didn't I? What was that other step after you did the stretch out?
It was always rule number 2. Wherever your miter line intersects a foreshortened radial line, it has to come out to the base or out to your true length in the plane view.
No, it was chord distance, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, the step out here we did a chord, but we bisected and then we did the chords.
Yeah, so bisect, then the chord distance, then divide and number that. Take your 4 shortened lines to your true length lines. Add points if you need to. And then take your points from true length to stretch out.
Yeah.
Sound right?
Yep.
Cool.
Oh, look at this guy fucking forming it up.
Oh yeah, took her out there to the break and the rollers there. And... oh, there it is. Ta-da!
Give us the side profiles. Let's see the.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go. See? Boom.
That's
If
it.
you really wanted to wear it, it could be like the Pope's hat.
Huh.
All right, on to the.
Okay, we'll do a lateral next,
key.
then we can sew it for old Dino Bambino there.
Are we doing the lateral from the shop project?
I don't care.
The branch?
Good.
Do you want to do like you want to do one that's 90 degrees, like a
Yeah,
T?
I need a conical 90.
Okay, so you need a T.
Do the one from the shop project.
Is there one in there?
In there?
Yes.
Do the one from the shop project so I can trace it out.
What's up,
And
Craig?
then we can just draw on because I need it for Tuesday because that's what I have to make next. And then I can just draw in class.
Just 10 and 12. Put that right here. Come on.
Where did I put
that? What number is it for your shop projects?
You doing this guy?
I'll find it. Well, I'll find you.
Number 4.
11?
Number 3.
Number 4?
Number. Oh my goodness, that one.
Yeah, so the reducer I already laid out.
Yeah, reducer's no big deal.
The one that's 3 large end, Craig gives us that.
So okay, then we'll do the one that's 4 large end. The number 2.
Is that radial line too?
Yes, sir.
It was a simple radial line though, right?
Is the
Essentially, yeah.
well, let's do it
Like
anyway.
we did that.
I get confused where like after I draw like I just keep wanting to find the ellipse, but I don't know.
You know what? There is no ellipse.
No lip on the other side.
Straight on.
If you remember parallel line, and a parallel line you had to do, you know, your there's your plan, there's your elevation. You need both those to find out where the branch. Well, the branch is, you know, was always 2 inches of a slip, 1 inch, and then your branch, and then you just transfer those lines up there. But because it's 90 degrees, there is no ellipse. So you find this, you find that, and then we broke it up where all those points come in, and you broke this one up where all those points. I would shoot those points deep, like so, and then let's say 1's on the top. 1, I come down to 1. I find 2, I come down to 2. 3, 3, 4, 4, and then you're back out, and there's your elevation view. But if it's, right, if it's conical, right, it's this. Everything runs from apex to base, so you have all those lines radiating in. Then you go, where's 1? 1 to 1, 2 to 2.
Well, that's what I was doing, but something must have fucked up because my outside one went to outside my fitting. You know what I mean? Like my true length from my apex to my base went outside my.
Oh, okay. I'll tell you why that happened.
Well, I did 6 on 6, and I thought that I would be okay.
Yeah.
So I fucked up somewhere. You can't have the base bigger than the fitting.
Right.
In your body. And with these ones, I found it better to start from the top and work down to give myself room.
Okay.
So this one you draw at the top, not the bottom.
Yeah, I start from the top and make the little half plan up there, and then usually I have enough space to get my stretch out.
So you just leave like 3 1/4 inches from the top then. Oh, is it?
What is it, 6 inch? It'll be 6, so 3, yeah. But like, and these ones I get confused too because he doesn't give you a lot of the information.
Okay. So
Like
what-
how tall is this one?
Yeah, I know.
tall?
How do you figure that out?
Yeah.
Easy.
Is that going back to basic where you have to take double the branch or something?
Well, it goes back to 1 inch,
Yep.
2 inches of slit.
Well, we're not concerned with the
Okay.
colors.
What if I did this? And then I went from the center line. What have I got? I got 2 triangles, no?
Yikes.
I guess, but you don't know what size the branch
Well-
is on the body.
Yeah, the hardest part, and I didn't ask Craig about because I zoomed with him the one night. I said, okay, I'm just doing the conical lateral that's on 45 degrees, and I'm trying to find it on the body kind of thing. And all I can gather is that you need to draw the cone and then attach the body after. And he's like, that's probably the easiest way to do it is you need to draw the cone. So if we're going to start in the plan view, then what size is our base? 6 inches.
Yeah.
Let's draw a 6-inch circle near the top.
We can just do a half plan, right?
Well, we could.
It's easier to do the full.
I would just do the full, and then when you're comfortable doing the full plan, and if you want to turn around and start doing half plans, you have at her.
So 6 inch.
Like if one comes up on one of the drawings at some point, and if you want to do a half plan, do the half plan.
I laid the funnel out on Friday.
Yeah.
It's just radial, or it's just a reducer, isn't it?
The funnel. Yeah, I think so.
Goes from 6 to 1.5.
Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah, you can't roll that.
No, that's when the bench stakes come in handy.
A what?
Bench stakes.
The mandrels.
Yeah.
I'll get right on those too.
So I'm like,
Pull that.
actually, I don't really need to divide my
Circle.
body,
No, we just need that to find
the center of it. So let's say I'm going to do, it's a 4-inch large end. So the base can be no bigger than 6, right?
Hold on.
Those are the rules. You can't have your base any larger than the diameter of what you're attaching it to. So I'm just going to say, if I want to leave it at 6, because if you went, say, 4-inch large end to a 4.5-inch where it struck the body, I mean, that wouldn't be much of a cone, would it?
No.
So I'm going to go, I'll make it the full 6. So here's
Yeah.
my base.
So we don't need to divide a number of this circle then?
No,
not this one.
no. I mean, I could have made my base, like if I pushed it way up to here, let's say, right there would be 5 inches if I wanted a 5-inch base. Nobody ever asked, like if somebody orders one of these from you, they don't say, I need a 4-inch cone and I need it with a base of,
As big as possible would be
Sure.
most efficient, right?
well, you get the more, because these are more designed for,
Effective length, least
Well,
resistance.
yeah, so let's say you're doing a spiral job, 100% spiral, but I mean, there's no holes in it. You're just running out runs into boots. Then you would want this area here to be larger. So this acts just like a transition. So a cone is like a transitioning piece of pipe is what it is. So you get your airflow coming through the round duct, and now you got these wider openings. So the air goes in there, but all of a sudden it's necked down. What happens to your airflow?
Choked.
Picks up speed, gets you out to the furthest end of the runs. Just like in a basement job or whatever, or square duct, you pick up a few branch runs, and then you reduce down because you want to pick up build the static and build up the velocity. So then
Make it 6.
Right. So
Oh,
on
it's four.
lateral, we want from the body, was it 1 inch, and then 2 inches. So
What's that line there? That's for the branch?
yeah, this is my center. So I'm gonna come out.
Because he
1 inch
doesn't give
straight.
us that
Well,
measurement.
1 inch straight, 2 inches of slip. So if you come off the face of that thing 3 inches, and it's a 4 inch.
So would you come off 3 inches?
Yep.
From this
Wow.
part of
You
that
just put that
circle.
number?
Yeah, if you see it, if you look at your drawing, on the bottom of it, it says 6 inch small end, and then on the right side it says 3 inch typical. That means
Oh, is that what that-
opposite side is 3 inch typical. The top side, well, it won't be typical because it's a reducing cone. And there's one of these in the pattern room at the back.
Yeah, he showed us that.
Okay, but this off that 6-inch circle, you went 3 inches over,
Mhm.
and then what? And you made an X there. What are we making that circle?
This is going to be our 4 inch.
So we're not drawing the body down off of the 6 then?
We will.
No, not yet. I will, but right now we're trying to find
Oh, we're
cone.
just doing, yeah, okay, yeah. So that's gonna be a 4-inch circle?
And how do you decide that that's 3 inch?
Yeah, that's right.
This?
Yeah.
because it says it on the drawing. It's always 3 inches. You're 1 inch down from the crotch,
Yeah.
and then you're 2 inches of slip for your joint.
But the collar is a separate thing.
Collars are separate, right?
Well, that's from the collar though.
And the other side says 2. Oh, that's the collar.
Well, it says number 2 inch. That 2 inch because it's 2 inches of slip,
Oh,
and then you're 1 inch up to that to where your cone starts.
yeah, 1 inch up.
So if you're 1 inch that way, and then if you're looking at the top of it, you're going to be 1 inch out, or you're 1 inch this way. And then this would be, if this is a straight cone, 3 inch. So if it's that, then I'm going to make this 3 inches out this way.
Okay.
Like you can make that whatever you want if they don't give it to you.
It's up to you at the end of the day.
Yeah, they didn't tell us that, so we make whatever we want.
Right. And that's like, it's gotten to the point now where you'll get something like this, and somebody like, intermediate guys or advanced, especially the advanced guys, and they would say, is that like the seam? Like, where's the seam on that? And then Craig would say, well, where do you want the seam to be? I mean, at this stage of the game, do you want the seam to be in some like in a terrible spot that makes it a bugger to lay out, or you want a seam that which will make it easy for you to make? And then the other question was, what kind of seam do you want? I don't know. What kind of seam do you want?
It says 1/2 inch spot weld. So
Well, I want to do a lap seam. Giver.
Yeah, done. Easy. That's it. And then whenever all the ones that come out of our shop, the seam is always like, for like example, on the 45, it's always on the 45, the top of it,
Short side.
the short part. Yeah.
So then now we got to do, what's the rule number 1?
No.
Base to apex.
Apex the base. There's our,
What's the apex?
well, we're going to find it right
found it.
now. We have enough information, and the fact that we're drawing it, we don't need to do the math. I mean, you can do the math if you wanted to, but if we're drawing it, we can find it simple just by connecting our edges here.
Then you go from the base of your 6-inch circle.
Yep. And I'm going to hit the side of my fitting or my branch. So I'm going to run that out, run it out. I'm going to extend this line. This is the problem with my table is
Don't be complaining about your table.
I have to get a scope box to get it to the top of it.
Drawing on cardboard here.
Nice.
So from the 6 in the center, right? That's where you're going?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
So you need to have 4 inches in there somewhere, right? I just want to know where to draw this apex.
Well, here's my 6-inch, my body.
Yeah.
Here's my 6-inch baseline. And then I went 3 inches off the body, and here's the end of my,
Oh, you drew 4 inches in there. Okay.
yeah. And then there's my 4. So I just connect there, boom, bada boom.
I
Out to my
fucked up
apex.
already, is what you're telling me. Ay, ay, ay. Glad you're recording it. For us.
I forgot.
Oh. Why does this seem like more extra steps than we did last year?
Because it is.
Well, yeah. Well, last year it was just a square piece coming off.
And what's the difference with this one this time?
This one's a cone. So parallel line, the diameters will be the same on one end to the other, and you can't use parallel line for that one, or for these. This one you need to.
Why wouldn't we just make a reducer rather than?
We are.
No, I know, but why wouldn't you just make it 6 inch and then put a reducer on the other side of it?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, that would be again.
That's what
Let's
the
say
shop-
let's say this fitting has to fit inside of
Oh yeah, that's what you guys always think. This fitting needs
Yeah.
to fit. You would have put
fit inside of a
that.
bulkhead, and there's no room to throw out another transition on there.
You wouldn't do it.
I wouldn't have go to the job.
Oh wait,
I'd have walked away.
Sorry, I forgot. You guys are residential.
Cancel the whole job.
You guys are residential guys. You guys have to put it sometimes in that place. Sorry.
It's above a ceiling.
It should hit that base or the apex, shouldn't it?
But like the way I look at it, because even in the residential end, when if we had a custom house or something like that with zone dampers and a small mechanical room, at the end of the day, you make all your fittings right. So you're making like drop cheek Y branches and all that fancy business, and then the people come in and go, "Wow, look at those sick fittings. Who made those? Oh, it's that guy over there." Versus the shop guy that can't do it, that just makes a Y branch and then stabs a bunch of transitions on the end. Looks crap. Okay, so now we gotta go and we gotta find we can use. I could sit here because we made this to 6, and I could literally divide this side up into my 12 equal spot.
So you do have to break that up into 12.
Well, the body
Could use the other one.
I'm breaking it up because that's the size of the base of my cone is going to be 6 inches.
Because the branch can't be any bigger than.
Yep. The base of your branch cannot be any bigger than the body that it's attaching to. So now I gotta go take those points there and run them up to my baseline.
I don't even know how straight this stuff is anymore.
You know what?
I don't even know how straight anything is anymore.
Well, at this point, as long as you can figure it out and say, okay, I have to do this, I have to do that first, and then I got to do that, and then here comes rule number 1. Here comes rule number 2, but rule number 2 doesn't apply. Well, it does, and I'll show you where. And then whether it's even if you're hand sketching it, as long as you get the steps of it, kind of thing, well, then you're further ahead than worrying
I
about.
only do half the circle.
Pardon?
You only did half the circle?
Yeah. I don't even
Oh,
know.
okay, got you. We're drawing it. Okay, yeah.
So now I'm going to take everything from apex to base.
Holy fuck, doesn't even reach.
Oh, you need an 18-inch ruler. If you got one of those steel rulers, it'll reach.
Oh, well.
Let's use my square.
It doesn't reach.
Mine does.
Exact same ruler.
Is yours an 18-inch Westcott?
Yeah.
That's what I got.
Look.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, the same thing. It doesn't reach. It's like
You did something wrong.
You must have done something wrong.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go. Blame the ruler.
So these should not hit the other lines. Ones that
well-
we broke up in the circle. Doesn't matter, right?
Well, just make sure from your half plane, you take those straight to your baseline, and then you take it to your apex.
So same as the roof jack. Gotcha.
Yep. Yeah. So if I took this thing and turned it on its side, rotated this 90 degrees, we'd be doing like a roof jack,
Okay.
which is at the end of the day is just a cone with some miter lines on it.
So let's put the seam at the top.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Oh, you fucking numbered it in there?
Sure. You can number it wherever you want.
All right.
So now
Oh,
what we're concerned with are where does our radial lines intersect with the body of the fitting. So here's one, here's two, here's another one. So you know what? I'm going to say this one's number 4. 3 and 5, 6 and 2, 1 and 7, 8 and 12. 8, 12.
you didn't break it off in the bottom again, though?
Pardon me?
You didn't break it off the bottom? Bottom of the half circle.
The bottom of the half circle?
Yeah, I just numbered it there. Why are you numbering it at the top?
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, you can do it there. You can do it here. There's nothing wrong with doing it here. I whatever. I mean, a lot of times I number out the backside. I just went, hey, why don't I just number right here?
Okay, no, I just
It's
asked.
up to you. It's
You
totally
can
up
just
to you how you
keep
want to.
following the lines. Like it's all about
Yeah.
understanding where those numbers line up, right?
It doesn't matter where you put it. The only thing the biggest thing that makes the fitting is when you rotate it or you manipulate the orientation wherever it sits, that you also do the same to the numbers.
So what did you number on the right side of that circle?
Well, I've numbered all the points where these are the foreshortened radial lines where they intersect with the body.
Okay.
These are the points that I need, not these ones,
Okay.
but the ones out here.
I just want to double check though, where your pencil was there on number 4 or number 10, right?
Yeah.
No, up to the top here. Oh, you did
That's-
4 and 10 there? Sorry,
Yeah.
1 and 12 or 1 and 7?
Yep, 1 and 7.
Right here, right?
So this is my seams on the top.
Yeah, right where you're touching from that top line where it's 4 to there is 3 inches, right?
Yeah.
Oh, from here to here?
No,
From here to here?
To
No.
the 4-inch line.
from your 4-inch line.
Oh, sorry, from here to here.
Yeah,
You're saying that's 3 inches.
that's what that is, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to double check because when you said my apex line wasn't right, I'm just double checking.
So you put one in the middle.
What's that?
You put one in the middle.
Yeah, well, it's the top. Like this is our plane view.
Yeah. So where's 1, 2?
So the seam is on the top of our branch. So there's 1. 1's on the top, 7's on the bottom of it.
So 1 and then 2 down, 3, 4, and then back up.
Yep.
Yeah, he just wants to screw you up. That's all.
So because this one is the branch here is on center, we could have done a half a pattern on there. We could have just drawn the upper half if we so chose.
I think I got my numbers all fucked up here.
If you went 1, 2, 3 this way, whatever. Just when we take this sucker and we pick it up and we lay it down and slide it down the page, as long as those numbers reflect how you flipped your fitting, it doesn't matter if it's A, B, C, D, E, F, G, apples, bananas, cherries, grapes, whatever you want to use for your numbering or your designations.
All right.
Okay, so now,
So 4 and 10 are like slightly. Can you just point to them? I can't quit. Yeah,
there's 4, there's 10.
Yeah. They're just slightly out, eh?
They're inside. Yeah, they're more on the front half of the body than they are dead nut center. So then I'm going to take and I'm going to draw. I'm going to extend these lines down.
7 and 1 are right in the middle. 6 and 2.
Well, no. Well, what I'm doing right now is I'm replicating the body of the fitting. So I'm drawing the 6-inch piece of pipe. And if you go by what's on your drawing there, you're like 3 inches down. So you're 2 inches of slip, 1 inch to the crotch. We can tell right now how big it's going to be.
Can we?
I can put here's my the front end, my 4-inch opening here. So I'm just going to extend that line down.
What? It's 1 inch down to the start of it.
Well, I just went 2 inches plus my inch is going to be, well, it's 2 inches of slip, and then my 1 inch to the crotch of my, yeah. So this is where it's like, well,
You're including all of the, like the reducer on top.
yeah. So look here, let's try it this way. I could take my branch and go, and that's why I brought down which would be my 4-inch opening here. I just brought a line down. So what if I just did
On the center.
did this, and then I went back, and I know that's 4 inches, so I'm just going to go 2 plus 2. Here's my base. If I took my baseline and brought it down, I know my base is 6 inches.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go, there's 3 there, and there's 3 there. So I go right back to finding out where my apex
I
is.
know, but sorry, from the top of your thing down was what? No, on this. From the top here down.
I can't see your picture.
I know, but from the top of what you just made
Yep.
to down is how long?
3 inches.
Well, I mean, this is 5 inches, but it doesn't mean that it's like actually in the right, because we're basically going to make the cone, and then you're going to have your pipe and you're going to attach it. So, I mean, what if I did this? What if I took, I don't know, I have no idea where the top of my pipe is going to be yet. Until I draw my profile of my cone. So if I do this, and then I come down from my base 6 inches, I find my 4-inch opening. Yeah.
So it doesn't matter where it is then, is what you're saying.
Yeah. And I'm gonna find my apex.
As long as it's in the center.
Right. So I'm gonna double check. I'm 4 inches, and I'm 6 inches.
Shouldn't the apex be in the exact same place?
Should be. I mean, mine looks like it's pretty close. But again, that's sharp pencil, dull pencil. Did your square shift when you were drawing it? Like I got one of these things that adjusts the one at the school. I'm gonna bring a Phillips screwdriver with me because one of them is loose So you start drawing across your page, and probably when it's all said and done, you're higher at the one end and you're lower at the other end. So there's my apex. Apex. This is my base.
So I made my body 12 inches and then went center of that, drew my 4-inch line 3 inches off of the body. Does that sound about right?
Well, once you have the one view, you can take all these and you can just drop them right down just with using your
I did.
triangle.
But you got to make sure that your branch is center of your body, right?
Right. Only because we're doing 6 on 6. Our base is 6 because we can't go any larger than what the diameter of the body of the piece of pipe we're attaching to. Yeah. So then you got to divide a number this view. So we're going to draw our ice cream cone.
Oh, I fucked up somewhere.
It's got to come from our half plan to our
And our scene would be at the top.
Our seam's at the top. Yeah, top.
No,
here.
I mean like in the plan view. Yeah, it'll be right at the top there.
It's right here.
Yeah. So that would be 1.
Yes, sir. And if you know where 1 is, you know where 7 is.
Yep.
Oh, falling behind. Fuck's sake.
Now, this is where it gets the tricky, is because we've just taken this and we've laid this down and swung it down. So if I take that and lay it down, 2 is going to be coming towards me. So I'm going to make this one 2, and then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This is where visualizing really comes into handy. Is if you can, I see it how it sits. I'm going to lay it down, slide her down my page.
Shop. Just from being in the shop for 1.5 years, my visualization is increased.
Is it on point?
It's big time increased.
So just so here, maybe this will make it there.
Take a break. Fuck.
What?
Just give me a second here.
You're on halftime. It's almost beer drinking time.
There, so you can see what it does.
And your apex should be the same as your apex up top, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
And if it's not, you fucked up.
Well, if it's not, then what happens is you're probably not a nice 6 inches on your base.
She's fucking bang on.
Because if you're a little bit shy, then that pushes your apex out further. But if you're wider, it makes it steeper, which brings your apex in. So now we got to see, my stuff is a little screwed here, but whatever. Now we got to do, we divided and numbered our plan, taking those lines up to the base. We've renumbered, because here my blue line is my seam. Now when I bring it down, blue's on top, because that's my seam.
I can't picture the plane view, how one's in the middle. Can you explain that a little better? Or?
This is this is where my seam is.
Yeah.
So if I have it like this, and then I'm going to take it and I'm going to lay it down. Now my seam is up on the top of the branch, which is there.
How's it in the middle though?
Well, it's not the middle. This is the plan view. We're looking down on the fitting.
Looking above it.
Yeah.
Right. And now I'm looking at the side of it.
Okay, so now it's on the top then.
Yes, we've rotated it. So it was up here. Now we've rotated it, and it's on the top.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, back up.
Yeah, we'll just make sure how you number this. Like in my view up on the plan, I'm 1 on the top, and coming towards me on the outside, on the front side,
2 down.
1, 2, 3, 4. So one's on the top. On the front side here is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just so your numbers are really important that you have them go in the right direction.
Okay.
So now we can take all these lines from apex to base, which is which rule is that one?
1.
Number 1. This video might even be YouTube quality.
I was gonna say, now you got videos for Craig to be like, "Look, that guy made fuck videos, but
Yeah.
I got beer in them, but we're good."
He's like, there's only 3 guys in the class though.
Yeah.
COVID.
It's a COVID class.
Yeah.
Oh, I fucked up. Son of a bitch.
Yeah, so on the YouTube video, I would have to have like a beeper. And,
Yeah.
like poor old Don Cherry. I'm gonna have to have a thing running about 30 seconds fast so I can catch all the swear words and bleep them out.
Oh, you just have to put cautionary before
Yeah.
watching.
No, I'll put one of those viewer discretion is advised things at the front.
Yeah.
Hey, look on the bright side. I fucked up. I know where I made my mistake already. So
There
that's,
you go.
you taught me something.
There you go. As long as you can find out where you went wrong, and that's why, like, even when you're doing the triangulating and stuff, just don't like take the foreshortened thing and then strike your scale and not number it. Number it, and then when you get to a point on your layout and it's like something's not right, well, what line is that one? I have no idea what it is, but if you number it, then you're good to go.
All right, so now you bring your points down, then you shoot those to a true length line and put it in your stretch out.
Yeah. So here's 1, 1. For 1 and 7 is there. There's 1. There's 7. So I put a little dot. Coming this way, 2. 2 is opposite 6. So I bring my 2 down. Here's 2. And opposite is 6. 3 and 5. Come down to my 3. Come down to my 5. But 3 is the same as 11, and 5 is the same as 9. So I'm picking up 2 points every time I plot one. And here comes 4 and 10. Here's 4. And it's also 10. So then I do this.
Oh, I lost what you were doing there. Fuck.
Okay, watch.
So is your true length your base or your body then?
My true length in this view, in my plan view, are the sides.
Oh, okay.
True length, right? So I'll put true length. GTH is there. This is also true.
Okay.
In this view,
my
my top and my bottom. So this is side. This is the side, and here now I'm true length TL on the top, and this is actually my top.
So always on the outside then.
Yes, always, always, always.
So what did you do for plotting those points?
Okay, so if I started here at 4, so there's where my 4. I came from apex, shooting for my number 4, which is the bottom of my circle. I go, it hits right here. 4 does not hit the very outside.
Oh, so you just drop them down.
I drop it down. So I'm at 4. Well, 4 is opposite 10. So if I do like this, 4 and 10 are directly across from one another. So then I'm just going to go down here to my elevation view, and I'm going to find where's 4 and 10. Where's 4?
My 4 and 10 don't meet up.
And then your 3 and 5.
Hey?
3 and 5 is directly across from 9 and 11. So if I come down and I'm looking for 3, there's 5, but 5 is on the same, is opposite the 9, and 3 is opposite 11. So you're literally finding like 1, 2, 4 points literally by dropping it once. And
my 4 and 10 don't line up on the plane view. But it doesn't really matter though, because you only need 1, right?
Well, see, because 4 is right here. 4 is half, right? 4 is there. 10 is, which is the center of the circle. But because we're coming from out here on an angle, it's going to hit the body of the pipe, let's say, probably about an inch before it actually makes contact with the 4 on your base.
Okay. About 3/4 of an inch.
Yeah. So even though it hits here, I still have, it wants to keep on going because you got to line it up with the 4 to 4.
Yeah, I still don't follow. Is your 4 and 10 hitting the same spot on your plan view?
Yeah. So if I hear,
Mine don't.
well, as long as you went from your apex, you got your half plan. This is all numbered. So I go from there and I'm going right to my base, always apex to base. And I'm there and I pick up all those points. Once I've got those points there, well, my radial lines, I've had to go through the actual body of what would be my 6-inch piece of pipe. Because that's what it is on your drawing. What they're looking for, it's on a 6-inch small end.
Yeah.
So where those lines intersected the body, those are my points that I need, that I want. Is this point, this one. And because the sucker is on center all the way around,
None of my points fucking line up.
4 and 10 are the same. 9 and, let's see, 9, 3 and 11 are opposite one another. 5 and 9 are. So when I go up here and I find 5 and 9 and bring those down, and I see where they intersect the 5 and the 9 line. Well, or sorry, the 3 and 5. 3 and 9, man, 3 and 11, 3 and 5, 4 and 5 and 9.
Why are you not getting dressed today?
It
Huh?
comes down, and if it's opposite up here in my plan view, it's going to be opposite in my elevation view. And when I take the point on my radial line where it comes in to my base in the elevation view, I'm actually hitting the opposite as well. So if I'm hitting just 3 and 5, which I've done there and there from up top, well, the other side of my view here in the elevation, my radial line is number 9 and number 11. So there's only 1, 2, 3, 4. We found 4 points from hitting here and hitting there from up top when they come down. So you're just tracking. You're coming in on the 1 and 7 line. You're coming 90 degrees down, looking for the 1 and the 7.
Yeah, I think I got it.
Okay. So now, once you do that, you can draw in your points, and these lines that you're drawing in there essentially are what?
What that curve is going to be on the body.
Right. So think of the roof jacks.
Yeah.
So it'd be a miter line.
Yeah.
So what's the rule?
Base to apex.
Well, that's number 1.
True line.
True
Yeah.
line.
So number 2 is wherever a foreshortened radial line intersects with a miter line or comes in contact with a miter line, that point has to be taken out to its own true length. So now we need to draw this sucker. Draw it out. So what would be the best way to do it without getting real clustery in this?
Crazy.
Yeah. So then let's do it this way. I'm going to take my...
I swung it from the top one all the way around, and then I worked my way back. I think I'll have enough room.
So I'm going to go from here to here, and I'm going to do that.
Yeah, I went the other way.
You went down?
The plane view, that's good.
From the other one.
From this one?
Yeah, and then down all the way to the other corner, and I'm going to work back.
Well, how do you know where your miter is up in this one?
No, I'm just using that as to string my stretch out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I have to go not to here, right? It's apex to the base. So from the base, popped out of my apex there. From the base, I gotta swing out.
Oh no.
Yeah, you'll crisscross your stuff.
Oh,
So we're 4 inches.
my gizmo's falling apart.
What's falling apart?
The tool that you just had in your hand.
Oh, yours is falling apart?
It just fell apart.
Come off the page.
Yeah, me too.
Jesus.
So, the best thing would have been to take our elevation view and just plow it right down the bottom of your page.
No, you know what I did? Go to your plan view. Yeah, swing your arcs down and around through your pattern.
From here, you're saying?
Yeah, all the way down and
Oh,
around.
yes, yeah.
And then I went all the way to the end, and then I'm gonna work my way backwards. Right? From the edge of the paper.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I had enough room to do that.
Okay.
We're not gonna be able to cut this out now, are we?
Well,
Yeah,
we're not right. Done. Did you take where this miter line intersects with a foreshortened radial line and took it out to a true length?
No.
Yep.
Mine doesn't even. This is horrid.
This is why I wanted to help with this one. It's the hard one.
This isn't a hard one.
Oh,
I find the ellipse easier.
I'm giving up.
No, don't give up.
Oh.
Have a cigarette.
Yeah. Gotta take a break.
But I'm not gonna cut this one out till I have another one done.
There you go. So you get your plan and your elevation, divided number both
What is
views.
that? We not even fit on the page.
Well, sometimes that happens. Number 1.
Well, how am I supposed to chord this out and do it properly?
Well, you're going to chord it right from your here. From your half from your plan.
But I'm saying it, but if it doesn't even fit on the page, you don't even get this right amount of chords.
Yeah.
It should have went down further.
Yeah. I mean, I wonder if you can go there and let's see, find my there and just carry that.
Yeah.
Go the other way.
Right? Because at the end of the day, you're still going to peewee it.
Yeah, that's what I did. I went and brought it around to the other corner.
So what's 4 times 3.14?
18. Oh,
12 and you know what? It's 12.48. Oh wait, that's not it. 4 times 3.1416 is 12.5664.
But plus you add your half, right?
No, that's
yeah.
that's at the end. You always do your net stuff first,
Yeah.
then you add in all your allowances after.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take that number. Oh, gee. 0.5664 times 16, 9/16. So 12 and 9/16 is your stretch out. So I'm gonna take my little rubber rule.
Oh, fuck, it fits on the page.
Oh, very good.
What is it? 12 and 9/16?
4 times pi.
So then I'm gonna take my ruler. 12 and 9/16 is right there. And I'm gonna mark that. And I'm gonna find 12 and 9/16.
Well,
What was that noise?
Nothing.
fucking noise.
What?
No, it shouldn't fit on the page at all.
So there's my 12 and 9/16 right there.
Just a refreshment.
It's my daily thing of insure
Yeah. How did you know?
because you're old.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, look at that. This is like the last one. I'm just about maybe 3/4 of an inch off my page. So now we got to stretch out. Now what do we got to do to the stretch out?
divide.
Divider. So I'm going to use the short side here. I'm going to take a distance greater. Yeah, I can do the back too. No, I can find my 2 points on this one on my short. So I'm just going to go.
Hold on, I'm scabbing a piece of paper on here.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That's dedication right there. I tell you what.
I can't draw this big of a line on the table.
Because you get in trouble?
Yeah.
I gotta sand the table down after I'm done here.
Yeah.
That's good.
apex base. There we go. So what, break that in half again?
Yep. It's a message come up on my laptop, probably saying I'm gobbling up all kinds of memory.
Huh?
Or the
2 hours,
FBI,
yeah,
FBI's
2 hours
watching.
and 5 minutes of drawings. Yeah, I'd say you're burning up some memory.
Well, I guess it's 256 gigs, but it's a solid state. Like, I don't even know where the message went. It's gone. It couldn't have been that important. It stayed on there. So now I've got that. I've busted up into quarters. Now I'm going to try and find my chord distance.
Wow. Perfectly half. Are you kidding me? Can you break up the 4-inch instead?
No.
Or?
You just gotta play with it until you find the right one, and I got her now.
What the fuck? It's a mess now. Yeah, something's not working out here.
You're thinking too hard.
You're thinking too hard?
Well, I'm trying to break up the circle and it's not meeting anywhere. Jesus Christ.
Ba-da-da-da. Okay, we're gonna cancel school tomorrow, guys.
What is it? Storm coming?
No.
Mason storm.
What am I doing wrong here?
I don't know. I can't see your table.
Did you break up the 4-inch part of the 8-inch or the 6-inch?
Oh no, I the 12 and 9/16 I used, that was my 4-inch because my large, which was 6-inch, puts me right off my paper. So my 4-inch radius, my 4-inch circumference stays on my paper, so that allows me to break it up equal.
Well, it must not be fucking-
That's what I did. So I'm good that way.
Yep. And then just
Now we're just doing our core distances again.
yeah. Like what I did was in either the views on the 4-inch side, like so right here, I just went and took my wing dividers and went from like there to there. And then I went out and tried it. And I'm like, oh, I had to adjust. And then I hit her dead nuts on.
All right.
Now I'm just extending all my other
When I
lines.
go to break mine, they're not even close to being half.
All right. Some of the stuff, it all comes down to, again, how sharp your pencil is, accuracy.
Don't say eyesight.
Well, eyesight, that's singular.
I'm
What happened to your eye?
blind.
Is it so just like
Born that way?
No, it's happened when I was 9. I
I
got
like it. I think it's cool.
cutting wood up and got a wood chip in it.
Oh,
When you were
Now
young,
you never don't wear your safety glasses.
Yep. And I've had 3 cornea transplants done on it.
Wow.
And but yeah, I the only one took for so many years, and that's it.
Hmm.
And I'm not getting another one done until I'm older. But what's it called? I got 120 stitches in it right now that I won't take out.
Jeez.
Wow.
Yeah, I can show you guys in class one day if you really want to look at them.
Sure.
They're there. Nice silver ring. But that's why I now even in welding, the teacher's teaching me a new way to weld because of me being like that and the way because I'm right-handed.
Wow.
So I have to learn a whole different way to weld because I can't see the proper way to weld because of how my eye is.
Huh.
Now I got to do everything backwards, and it's like, oh, well, thanks. And
All right, hang tight for a sec here.
Yeah, I think I did it.
No, you didn't.
It looks right.
Cut it out. Cut it out.
No, I need to save it till Tuesday. I'm out of paper now too. I need to take a whole box home.
Ooh,
You can do that?
you can't take a whole
No.
box.
Why not?
You know what? I think one box, I think is because I had asked, because I ended up, the paper I got at home, I bought from some commercial print shop. I got 100 sheets for like $26 or something like that.
Where did you step your cord distance off of?
I went right here. I didn't draw a 4-inch circle. I used the widest one here in my plan or elevation view, and then tried it and see how it worked out. And I had to make an adjustment in order for it to work out even.
Of course.
And it seems to me, I remember doing this with Dan too. This whole take a cord and step it out. If it doesn't fit, then make an adjustment so that it does.
well, because you're trying to save yourself some time rather than doing a slant rule, right?
Well, that and we needed 3 formulas.
Fractions, man.
Ugh. We did 3 formulas just to find out where our
Craig
the
loves that
angle
shit.
of our
He
stretch out
fucking
spot.
loves formulas.
Who?
Craig, my God. Here, question for you guys.
What formula do you use?
Here's 10 different formulas for the same thing, and here's how they used to do it. It's like, you don't need to know that.
Keep that information to yourself.
Oh, man.
Fuck that, wow, all this nice work and just cutting right over with everything else. How you doing, John?
Oh, excellent. Cold beers taste great.
So there better be a lateral on the test for bonus marks for those brave enough to do it.
Okay, I think I missed a step again. You got to take your points out to your true length, right?
That's rule number 2.
You always got to do.
Like your
But how
points
did you
zero
number
on the
this,
body.
Like this is number 1, rule 1. Number 2 is where
Apex the base.
minor line. I'm just going to use hits because it's less letters. Hits a
3 points.
short. Remember, we're not in grammar or spelling class, so who cares? Foreshortened radial line. You first have to take
Fuck, I gotta draw all those to the apex.
out to a true length.
You really have to draw them all to the apex?
Yep.
Why?
Line.
Captain Skippy, what did you number this though? Did you start there with number 1 and go all the way out on
Yeah, I mean, 1 was there, 1 is there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you do enough of these, like you won't even bother numbering your stretch out because you're going to be able to count your way across and then put your marks on there.
Are you ready? You want to see it?
No, I don't want to see it yet. I'm not even there.
Let me see.
You gotta rerun these lines out.
There it is. How's that look, Adrian?
Beauty.
I did it.
Fuck, I think my apex is a little off.
You wait till we get to rule number 3. Oh boy.
Yeah. I don't even know.
It's when we get doing those oblique cones and stuff. Eccentric round reducers.
So when you have a straight pipe, like non-conical lateral or T, I don't remember how to do that.
That one there is, you've got your circle. Here's your body.
Yeah.
And then here's the body in the elevation.
Yeah.
This is where you can go 2 inches, 1 inch, 2 inches, 1 inch. Let's say it's a 4-inch. So then you're going to go 1 inch plus 2 inches. So you're going to go at 3, and there it is right there. And then you would just take this line, extend it there. There's your center. And let's say it's 4 inches. So I go 2 inches, 2 inches. I need to do my half plan and then mark that up. Those lines come all the way in to where it strikes the body.
That's it, eh?
Right.
Yep. And then same thing here.
And then you said
But these ones, I don't stop at the body because we're trying to find these ones. So you need the plan view.
Got it.
Some and the
There's a
elevation.
couple in there that are like that.
Yeah, and then I just did this when I was drawing them.
And then if it's a lateral, it's the same thing with the ellipse,
Well,
like a straight pipe on a,
yeah,
on a
I mean,
lateral.
you can show the ellipse, but because it's not conical, then like even if you did like here's my ellipse, and so I divided this up.
Yeah.
And here's the body. I mean, they're still coming in and hitting, right? And then you have your ellipse up here, but because it's not conical, it doesn't matter. These are still going to come in and hit the body. And then you're just doing what we did in these ones. 1, 1.
Where did you take your lines? You
And
don't have that stretch out numbered at all.
Yeah, so 1's there, 1's out there, 7's in the middle. I jump in, 7, so 6 is on my right. So here's 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then 1. And then now let's go.
There's only three lines that go out to your true length.
Look at that. Look at the steadiness on that.
Right?
That's nice.
1, 2, 3. You've got 7.
Yeah, but you're only taking, where do you take those from?
Well, right here's the
Darn it.
Fucking lost.
because it's on center. Okay, because it's on center. Where I went from where my line intersected, my miter line intersects the foreshortened radial line. Like
Don't
this
worry
one, for
about
instance.
fighters to make those marks.
If I fall down from the apex and I hit number 3 and 11, so that's 2 spots, yeah?
Yeah.
So what's opposite 3?
9 and 5.
There you go. There's 4 points.
That's what I just screwed up on, and I figured it out.
So now you got 4
There you
points
go.
here to plot.
Yeah, but
I
where,
got like all these lines on this thing now. I don't even know where to go.
That's why you got to label them at first and keep following the numbers.
I screwed up. Now I got so many lines. All right, figured it out.
Tell me where you put the wing dividers on that.
So I went to my apex.
Yeah, and then to your true
Yeah.
length.
Yeah, and then, right, yeah, because all these these points from the miter line have to come out to the true length. So I have 1, so that's easy because that was the furthest point of our stretch out. And then my first intersection, there's 1. I'm coming up. I got 2 and 12.
Where was 1? I don't even see 1 there.
1's right here.
Oh, so you didn't draw it properly then.
Well, I didn't step off and then leave a gap just because I didn't know space.
All right.
And then, my next line comes in right there. Where is it? No, never mind. 2 and 12 is way up here. So then I would go, if you want to go in order. So there's 2 is there. And well, 2 is 12. But it's also on center. So what's opposite 2 and what's opposite 12? And you can see that in your plan view.
6.
8 and 6. So I might as well run around, put my 8 on there and my 6 on there. And then here's number 3. So I go find 3, but 3 is opposite 5 in your elevation view. So I go to 5. In your plan view, it's also opposite 9 and 11. So then I go over here and I find my 9, find my 11.
3, 5, and 9.
3, 5, 9, 11 are all in the same.
What's the problem with it?
Oh, I fucked up. Yeah, because I only have 3 lines that go out to the true length.
Right. So out of those 3, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 10 points you can get from those 3 lines.
I better label them here. 4 is the same as 10.
Yep.
3 and 11. I can't see it.
3, 11, 9 and 5 they're the same.
3, 11, and 9 and 5. And then 8 and 12, and 6 and 2.
Potatoes tonight.
So 1, 4, and 10. Okay, I fucked up. 3, 5,
Bam, that's what mine looks like.
There it is.
11.
Because mine doesn't even fit on the page.
And then that there will go smack right onto a piece of 6-inch pipe.
Perfect. It looks like a bunch of mumbo jumbo on a piece of paper at one point.
That's like radial line is the most work out of all of them. Well, parallel line can be just as much, like if you're doing laterals and stuff.
I don't even fucking remember parallel line.
It's the same as this, except it's not a cone, it's a straight piece of pipe. And there's no, foreshortened radial line because they're not. They're all true length lines because they're the same diameter from one end to the other.
4, 10. 3, 11, 5, 9, 8, 12, 6, 2. What's the last one? 7 by itself, right?
Yeah.
Another almost fat symbol.
Thank you very much.
You betcha.
I am good. So
You should be able to get them all done then.
I probably, well, I can get up to the obliques now, but I ran out of paper.
So like, if you look at the rules for obliques, it's like a little bit of rule 1, rule 2, and the only difference when it comes to rule 3, like you still have an apex, except the apex is not on center. It's out to the side because it's like an eccentric cone kind of a thing. So you would drop your apex straight down to the baseline at that same level, and then you would basically go out to your stretch out, or out to your plan view, your half plan, and you would swing off the numbers that are on the radius, the diameter thing there, which round curved, and then you would swing those 90 degrees up into the baseline, and those become your new true length lines. Yeah, and then if there's a miter line in there, then you got to take that point out to its own true length line. It gets busier. Believe it or not, it's going to get a lot busier when we get to that point of it.
So what are you thinking for Tuesday?
Tuesday. Oh, where's my thing? I'll tell you right here. Oh,
Yeah, but you're thinking wider. You just want something to go up too.
that's Tuesday, week 5. Oh yeah, it's a oblique cone lesson.
Yikes.
So we'll get to it on Tuesday.
And then a test Thursday? Yikes.
Yeah.
Well, what fittings? Give us a small hint as to the fittings you're going to put on the test so we can make sure we're prepared.
Well, what have we drawn so far?
Everything. Squared around, change cheek, OG,
Yeah,
lateral, Y.
just like the days of basic, there's no way we're drawing a transition or an OG or an elbow or a Y branch.
Why not?
Why not? So we did squared arounds.
Did we?
Yep.
Are we doing next?
Remember, it was your shop projects. We did squared arounds, and we've done the cone, like the roof jacks. We just kind of did the laterals.
Let's see what it looks like.
I mean, I could put a lateral on there, and then
I'd tackle the lateral.
And it could be optional. So you know what? I can really do roof jacks and laterals. I'm a little bit sketchy on squared around, so then you can leave the squared around and do the lateral in the other. But to me, the squared around is probably one of the easiest fittings to make.
Yeah, triangulation is easy.
Did you tape this one up? Let's see what it looks like.
You did.
I did. It's right there.
Nice. Bring that.
Well, that bad boy on there and put an elbow edge on. Good to go.
Done.
What's elbow edge? 1/8?
What's
Yes.
that?
An 1/8?
What's an eighth?
The elbow edge.
Yeah. So if you're going to do that, it's 1/8. It's 1/8 on here.
Yeah.
You have to add the eighth. So then we'd be, maybe coming out up here, 1/8 of an inch. So 1/8 comes from the net, which is already on here. The other 1/8 comes from what you have to add on, and those 2 8s equal a quarter.
Yeah. Okay. So I can cut this out and use it for shop.
Yeah.
Anything else, John?
I forgot how to do a squared around, and I just Googled it and watched a video, and it was it's easy.
Yeah. Sometimes like it only takes looking at it, and you're like, oh yeah, and then everything comes back.
Well, you do the plane view as you're squared around up top, and then bring all your lines down, and then take those lines out to your true length, don't you? Same thing.
Yeah.
So you have to triangulate them.
Yeah. So you'll have your you got to do your plan view, and then you divide up your circle, and then you divide a number. So wherever my seam might be, you number it all up, all the way around, and then you number up your square, or letter it up, A, B, C, D. 1/4 of your circle goes to its corner. So all these lines.
Yeah.
And then the only piece of information you need to know is how tall they want that fitting. Well, I want it 6 inches long. So that there now becomes your elevation view. And then you need 2 knowns to find the third unknown. So, and you want to pick a spot where you want to start. So if my seam is on the top, I could do it in 2 pieces, have 2 seams on there. So then I want to start somewhere in the middle. So here, this will be the middle. And what I'm using D and A. So down where my stretch out, I would have inside looking the other. So I would be D on this side, A on that side. So I have 2 knowns to find the third unknown. So I take a distance from here with my compass, or sorry, from the corner in. I'll go up to here. I swing my arc, and I'm going A to find 1, 7, 8, 9, let's be 10. A to find 10. I go to the top of my 6. I open up my wing dividers. I go to A.
So that's
Swing
true
my arc.
length then.
What's that?
That'd be the true length then.
Yeah, this one right here.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's triangulate because we're creating triangles.
Yeah.
And then I would go here. I need the D, so I need to start somewhere. So I'm going to go D to 10, and it should be even. D10 should land the same spot as A10 if it's fitting us all on center. And then I just go D, set this distance right there, and I go whoop, and now I found 10. And after that, you need 2 knowns to find the third. 2 knowns to find the
And
third.
then the chord distance.
Yeah, and then you can use the chord distance, and away you go.
Craig's got a video out too for it.
Yep. I don't know if it's, we wouldn't have access to it. I don't have it either. Is in the basic, I think he's got one. Oh no, basic guys get theirs burned out in the plasma table and used.
Yeah.
That's why we should have went over that one today.
What one?
Well, I squared around.
Square. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna use the washroom.
No, it's good. I'll bug you on Tuesday.
Yeah, okay.
I'll bug you Tuesday night. We'll do it Tuesday night.
Let's do it tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
No, tomorrow night.
Your Zoom every night, baby.
Yeah.
You're
No,
sure?
not tomorrow. I'll be burnt out after listening to Craig for 5 hours.
What do you got? Oh, what are you guys doing with Craig tomorrow?
Fucking duct construction.
I think
Oh,
we're getting into like indoor air quality and
That's a bit dry. It's a bit dry material. But it's good to know, and when you understand it, it's even better.
Oh yeah, it is.
So I should be able to draw the roof jack for the shop project now,
Oh, for sure.
that one's super easy.
compared to what one we just did.
Yeah, it's fucking on center, just a 90 in the center. There it is right there.
I mean, I already have it, but
Oh, Jonathan's in trouble now. Oh man.
what's that? A fucking another test
Where?
in your hand?
Oh no, that's just the one from the other day.
Oh,
I was putting everything. This, like I say, this hit the floor when the grandkids were here, so I just put it all back together.
grandkids.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got 4 of them.
Good times.
Good times had by all, right?
That's it. You guys got any more questions? You good?
Yeah, I'm good. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem. Okay, we'll see. So I'll where I find out where it's saved to, that I can send it to you.
Okay, and then we'll talk Tuesday. Maybe we can do that Tuesday evening.
Sure.
Okay, thanks.
Okay.
Bye.